Hello, Brittany here with Bittersweet Yoga on Instagram and Chrono Yoga on YouTube, and an awesome practice inspired off of Kino MacGregor, Kino Yoga and Beach Yoga Girls Instagram challenge of the month, hashtag Beginner Yoga Challenge. It's a very tough challenge, let me start off saying. So if you feel like there's more beginner yoga out there, there is, but this is a very challenging one. So as we adjust to these postures, I thought it might be nice to have a short video that we could do every day, really embracing yoga this month. So let's get started. We're going to get onto our mats. Deep breaths in, complete breaths out, right in our easy pose. We'll do each posture for 5 breath holds, sitting up nice and tall, tuning in. If any thoughts are on your mind, letting it be Ujjayi, breathing in through the nose, constricting the throat on exhale. It's a very calming, soothing breath you can use anytime in your practice. And then we're going to go right into our bound angle pose, bringing the soles of our feet together, sitting up nice and tall, just gently pressing through the toes, bringing our feet anywhere that's most nourishing for us. If it hurts our hips, bring them out a little further, or maybe bringing them close, taking 5 deep breaths here. Maybe pressing against the knees, gently opening up the hips. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders wide. Then we're going to extend both feet out, coming into our staff, palms gently by the side, fingertips pointing forward. We're going to press through our fingers, sitting up nice and tall, toes facing the ceiling, coming into our staff. If you find that you're hunching over, pressing through the fingertips, sitting up just a little bit taller. Deep breaths, letting go of the abdomen, filling the belly. Complete breaths out, letting it all go. Then we'll go into our fold, releasing our hands, reaching our arms up overhead as if someone's lifting our chest for us, letting our chest come forward, our hips come forward. And on exhale, folding forward, coming into our seated forward fold, taking 5 deep breaths here. Gently engaging our thighs towards one another to help us fold a little bit more. If we have a block, we can use the block. It helps our folds get a little bit more foldy. And then sliding up the body, stacking the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to reach our arms up and overhead, cartwheeling them behind us, fingers away from the body, our hands about 8 to 12 inches away from the butt. We're going to roll over the toes, coming into our reverse plank. Now for here, we want our arms, we don't want them to be too tight in the back, want them nice and loose, our fingers spread nice and wide. 2 more deep breaths here, really lifting those hips. And then we're going to surrender down to the left side, coming into our side plank. Maybe you can switch right over into it, or maybe you bring your feet so that they're unstacked, giving you a little bit more balance, allowing your hips to come up, and then maybe stacking them after. 3 more deep breaths here. Letting our gaze come up for an extra challenge, gripping the mat with our bottom hand, taking tension off the wrist. Just 1 more. I'm going to come back into our reverse plank and go over to the other side. Slow and steady, making sure our hand is nice and wide underneath our shoulder. Gripping the mat, taking tension off the wrists. Lifting those hips nice and high. 2 more deep breaths. And then coming down over onto our bums. We're going to bring our knees into our chest ever so gently. Roll onto our back. Knees to chest, Upanasana pose, gently rocking side to side, massaging the lower back. It's a great restorative posture to put in between other other poses, help us feel a little bit restored after more difficult ones. Then we're going to roll on forward onto our hands, keeping our knees together. I'm going to use blocks for this posture. We're going to be going into, I don't know the name or that it even has a hand name in Sanskrit, but it's an arm balance where we're just holding our knees up. It's a bit challenging for me to do just flat hands, so I like to do it with my hands using a block, but gently coming forward, spreading the fingers nice and wide, gripping the mat, gripping the block, inhaling, lifting the knees up, and taking 5 deep breaths here. Slow and steady, engaging the shoulders together in the back so we're not sinking in. Just one more. And then lowering down, removing the blocks if we're using them, and coming on to our hands and our knees. For the next 3 postures, we're going to engage them into a set so we can get both sides of them. Coming onto our hands and our knees, palms spread nice and wide. Right underneath our shoulders, our knees right underneath our hips. We'll reach our left arm up, our right leg back. And then we're going to reach that left arm back for the right ankle. Eyes forward, lifting the ankle up, hollowing out the back. 5 deep breaths here. Gently gripping the mat with the right hand for balance and to keep tension off that wrist. Hugging the shoulders together in the back. Nice and strong spine. One more nice deep breath. Then we're going to bring the left hand down. Bringing the right knee forward. Bringing our foot to our hand. Our knee to our other. As we inch our back knee into our pigeon. We're going to sit up nice and tall for it. And pigeon's a dangerous hip opener if your hips aren't always already open. So if you're really a beginner to fitness, stay right here, come up on the fingers, maybe even take tension off. Not dropping down to the forearms, hugging the shoulders together, 5 deep breaths. Breathing into any tension we're feeling, exhaling it out. Then really pressing through those forearms, putting the left toe on the mat, straightening the knee, bringing the right foot back, coming into our dolphin plank. Taking 5 deep breaths here, maybe putting our fingers together, maybe not. Just one more. Surrendering the knees, palms coming in, right arm up, left leg back, gently bending, grabbing hold of that ankle, eyes forward, shoulders strong, 5 deep breaths here. Gripping the mat with our hand, taking tension off the wrist. One more nice deep breath. And coming into our pigeon, left foot to the right hand, left knee to the left hand, walking that knee back, maybe staying here, maybe coming down, 5 deep breaths either way. Breathing into any tension and breathing it out. Slow and steady. 2 more deep breaths. Pressing through those hands, toe down, leg straight, dolphin plank. Maybe bringing the fingers together. Hugging those shoulders together in the back, nice and strong. Then drawing the butt up, walking the feet in, coming into our dolphin, grounding the head, maybe staying here, or maybe gently kicking up into our headstand. 5 nice deep breaths. Pressing through the elbows into the shoulders. Nice straight spine. One more deep breath here. Then gently coming back down into our dolphin. Walking the body out. We're going to spread the knees nice and wide. Surrender down into it. Keep the knees bent, coming into our frog. And then surrendering our head. Hands behind it. In prayer, taking a nice rest here. In this gentle hip opener. 4 more deep breaths. Then when we're ready, gently bring our head up. Bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Bring our toes together. We're going to press up into our chaturanga. Engaging the shoulders together in the back. Gently lifting the chest. Pressing through the fingers. Lifting up into our chaturanga. Shoulders in line with the elbows. 4 more deep breaths here. So build our strength for our tripod headstand. 1 more deep breath. Really push through those fingers. And lower down. Keep the hands planted. We're going to bring our knees out to the outside of our elbows. Right on top of them. Bending the arms. Keeping the fingers wide. Gripping the mat. Gently rolling foot forward. Picking up 1 foot at a time. Coming into our crow. 4 more deep breaths here. Just 1 more. And surrendering your crown down and gently lifting up into the tripod headstand for 5 deep breaths. Slow and steady. Gripping the mat for support. Then coming down gently. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to press back into our downward facing dog. Take a little bit of a rest here. Pressing through the fingertips, surrendering the crown. Gently bending 1 knee at a time, massaging out those hamstrings. One more nice deep breath. Then gently walking the feet in, coming into our forward fold. Gentle knees surrendering into the body. Finding that happy spot on the center of our feet. Staying here. Then when we're ready, gently sliding up the body 1 vertebrae at a time. Stacking the spine. We are going to come now into our balance postures. So standing up nice and tall, finding that happy spot on the center of our feet. Gentle bent knees, hips centered, shoulders centered. Finding a point of focus in front of us. Gently shifting our weight onto our right foot, lifting the left heel. Lifting the left knee up. And then gently coming into our tree. 5 deep breaths here. Slow and steady breathing. Keeping our point of focus. 2 more deep breaths. We're going to gently bring our knee back in, surrendering it down, grabbing hold of the ankle with the left hand, gently tilting the body forward, keeping our focus, reaching our right arm out, coming into our dancer. 5 deep breaths. And then surrendering our back leg down, coming right into our warrior two. Gauging the shoulders together in the back, gently bending into that front knee. Back foot at 45 degrees. 4 more deep breaths here. Gauging those shoulders together in the back, gaze forward. Then placing our top hand, cartwheeling it down to the outside of our right foot. Gently bending into that right foot, maybe even putting the left hand down to come up, maybe using a block on the side. Either way, gently stacking our left hip, left arm up, coming into our half moon. 4 more deep breaths here. If we can, gaze up at the ceiling. 2 more deep breaths. And grounding our foot down, coming up the body, back into our standing, doing it all on the other side. Finding our point of focus, breathing into it, gently lifting the right heel, gently lifting the right knee, coming into our tree. Three more deep breaths here. Gently bringing the knee back in, surrendering it down, grabbing hold of the ankle, lifting out the left hand, gently bending forward into our dancer. 5 deep breaths. When we're ready, surrendering back into our warrior two. Back foot at 45, heels in line, front foot forward and bent, shoulders engaged, body to the right. 3 more deep breaths. Eyes forward. Surrendering our left hand down, and then gently popping up into our half moon. Finding our positioning, taking 5 deep breaths here. Just 1 more. And then we get to come right down onto our mat. That was an awesome practice. We went through all 24 of the poses. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't get them all, don't worry about it. You saw during my balances, you might have saw I was wobbling. This isn't easy. I've been doing yoga for years, and these aren't easy postures. So you're doing an amazing job. So you earned your Savasana. Coming down onto your back, 1 vertebrae at a time. Palms gently to the side, feet splayed, closing our eyes, doing a mental body scan and letting go of any tension we find in our body. Starting at our toes. If we notice tension, just gently massaging that area, letting it go. Our ankles, our shins and our calves, up through our knees to our thighs, front and back. Then up to our hips and our lower back. Keeping making sure that lower back is grounded. Then going through the belly, making sure we're not holding our abdomen on our inhale or exhale. Freely breathing. And then bringing our attention up through our chest to our shoulders. Making sure they're down and away from the ears. Following our attention through our upper back and down our arms, through our elbows and forearms to our wrists. If any thoughts are on our mind, grounding our palms, letting our nerves keep our mind here now, Our mind is open, palms up to the ceiling. And then bringing our attention back up to the neck, gently rocking side to side. Excuse me. Closing our eyes, finding our center, and then letting everything go for the next 1 minute. We have nowhere to go and nowhere to be, but right here and right now, listening only to the sounds and feeling only the sensations in our immediate present, letting all else drift off with a gentle smile. For the next 45 seconds, our only job is to be here now. And when we're ready, bringing attention back to the body, massaging the fingers and the toes amongst one another. Bringing one knee into the chest at a time. Fingers around the knees, gently rocking side to side. And then coming on to our right side into our sleeping baby. Preparing our body for motion. Gently pressing through the ground. Coming back to our seat. We will end our practice bowing to one another in our beautiful bodies, honoring the light within each other, which is the same. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed. And rock on, you're doing a really amazing job and I'm really proud of you. Subscribe if you want to, follow me if you want to, do your do, but I hope you keep on keeping on with your yoga journey. Best of luck to you. Bye. Namaste.